Okay, just give me a second. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start. So this week, we're doing speaking. I imagine in your theory class, they already told you more or less how it's gonna go, what kind of speaking tasks there are. Me puedes decir que principalmente son dos. What types of speaking task are you gonna see on the test?
One is the independent, and the other one is the integrate speaking. The first one is the question that they will ask me about one quotidian life.
Yeah, like a very informal topic, a general opinion. It can be about social context. It can be about the environment, politics, something you would have, in your day-to-day conversation with someone you meet casually. So things like that. And yes, the integrated types are the ones that make you like listen to a conversation or read a text and then respond according to that. But today we're going to see the independent ones, which are the really simple ones. They just give you a question and you have to answer. In the time you have 15 seconds to prepare your answer. So you have to kind of think quickly, pero como es una pregunta bastante cortita, no es muy complicado eso. And then you have 40 seconds to give your answer. So para que calcules más o menos cuánto tiempo tienes que hablar, right? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and see some of them. Ahorita te comparto pantalla. There we go. Maybe you've seen, tal vez yo les he hecho ver esto, su docente en las clases teóricas, alguno de estos. So, si nos topamos con uno que ya has visto, me dices, porfa, para que no lo repitamos.
Okay.
All right, so eso, no? 15 seconds to prepare your response and 45 seconds to speak. I'm gonna set a timer so you can hear when it goes off. Okay, and can you read the question, please?
Okay. Okay. Some parents educate their own children at home. Others insist that their children should be sent to school. Which way of learning do you think is preferably and why?
Okay, so I'm going to give you 15 seconds to prepare your response, starting now. All right. And are you ready? ¿Tienes tu respuesta lista?
Yes.
Okay. Of any corrections you may need. Okay, ahora sí. Ready? Your 45 seconds to speak. Start now.
Okay. I think it is better to educate the children at the school. I feel this way for two reasons. The first reason is that teachers in school are have more experience. In this way, they study for be teachers, so they have therefore they have more accurate experience to teach to the students. The second reason is that the children can interact with the others, and that can help to the development in their social social relationship with the others.
Okay, and right on time, justo 45 seconds. Good response, really good response. The arguments were, puntos muy claros de why children should be educated in school. And creo que los puntos más importantes. So very good arguments, very good use of the structure also, ¿no? La estructura súper clave de introduce your idea, give two reasons, close it, listo. En cuanto a estructura, todo bien. Just a little tiny details on grammar, a little bit. Children in plural no tiene ese, ¿verdad? Así que that part, it's just children. Hay que acostumbrarse a eso. Luego, a thing a lot of people have, because, cuando traduces de español a inglés, la estructura un cacho se queda. When we're talking about things in general, for example, school, como que sería la escuela en general, ¿no? In Spanish sería la escuela. But in English, the article isn't necessary. So we don't say children, it's better if children go to the school. It's just, it's better if children go to school. Sin el artículo.
Okay.
Cuando es algo general, no hay artículo. Eso, luego tus arguments were really good. Your use of vocabulary was also really good. The little words you put in there at different points really, no sé, dan a conocer que tienes naturalidad en el idioma. So el vocabulario realmente hace mucho al hablar. I think it's the most important part. And yeah, en cuanto a esas dos cositas de grammar and the rest, I think was a wonderful response.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
All right, we're going to go on to the next one. Okay, again, same thing. You're gonna read the prompt and 15 seconds to prepare, 45 seconds to answer. So can you read the question, please?
Okay. Some believe it is important to learn as many foreign language as possible. Others believe that speaking one or two language fluently is enough. Which do you think is preferably and why?
Okay, esas dos cositas, it's foreign, de extranjero, and preferable. Okay, con eso en mente, your 15 seconds to prepare start now. Sigo pensando. All right, and are you ready to give your response?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so your 45 seconds start now.
Okay, I think it is better to learn many languages as possible. I feel this way for two reasons. The first reason is that learning other kind of language, one can have more opportunities to their academic life and their professional life. And this way, I read in an article that people that learn more language have more possibilities to have a great job. The second reason is that with learning new language, one can learn about the new traditionals. I'm sorry, I think it's.
Yeah, se acabó. Pero go ahead and finish your idea. ¿Qué querías decir?
The second reason is that learning new language, one can learn about the culture of the other countries.
All right, Wonderful.
Yes,
Also, bueno, aparte de la cuestión de tiempo, it was very well structured. I feel though the first argument was a little long. Ahí creo que al explicarlo te comiste un poco de tu tiempo. But what I really, really like is that you used an example that you know from your experience, an article you read, something you mentioned. Siento que un poco en estas respuestas, cuando suenan un poco muy, o sea, hay que conocer la fórmula, pero saber cómo jugar con ella. Because you introduced your two ideas, like, I feel this way for two reasons, ¿no? Que es el conector que todo el mundo utiliza, ¿no? Esta es mi opinión y me siento así por los siguientes dos motivos. Si buscas más conectores, like online, just Google a list of connectors, you can kind of vary that little connector so that it feels a little different, you know, and it le dé un poco más de sazón, como que se sienta más que es tu respuesta and not something preformado, ¿no? It feels a little more natural. So,
okay.
Eso, buscar listas de conectores en Google and learn as many as you can. And jugar con ellos, ver dónde entran mejor, eso. And yeah, a little bit the matter of time, but I really like, I think it's really gives a better response when people give examples. So así que los ejemplos son muy clave.
Okay.
All right. Any questions so far? Any advice you want to ask?
No, I don't have questions. Only that I think 15 seconds is not enough to have the response. So it's in that part that I have time like to write the first example, but the second example I like I don't have time, so I sometimes I have to use the improvisation.
The thing with these structures is that they're te facilitan la vida, you know, it's not necessarily the go-to, like esto te va a asegurar que tengas buena nota en el TOEFL. It's just a way to allow you to better organize your ideas in this very short time. Pero por ejemplo, in this answer, si me hubieras dado solo una razón, pero hubieras usado ese ejemplo de I read in an article this, I think it would have shown your level of English. It would have been a perfectly structured response. So if you feel like se te está comiendo el tiempo and you can only have one argument or one reason, it's better to finish that reason, como que darle solidez a esa idea y dejarlo ahí y no preocuparte por la idea incompleta.
Okay.
No, I think it is, because in 15 seconds estás organizando bien tu idea. No está incompleta, no falta nada. So I think you can do it in 15 seconds. Pero es un poco eso también. Know the structure to be a little bit more flexible with it. Once you know how it works, you can kind of introducir más cosas, jugar con los elementos. So you can have more varied responses. Okay, next one. Okay, so the prompt, the question is, some believe that a high salary is the most important factor when choosing a job. Others believe that loving what you do is a more significant factor. Which do you think is preferable and why? Again, 15 seconds to prepare, starting now. All right. Ready?
Yes.
Okay, and your 45 seconds start now.
I think it's better to love the job that are doing. I feel this way for two reasons. One is doing. I feel this way for two reasons. The first reason is that when one do their job, you do a job that they are one is loving. Sorry, teacher. I have to confuse my idea.
Yeah, don't worry. Estás chispoteado. One more time. Vamos a probarlo una vez más. Okay.
Okay.
Don't feel nervous. Todo tranqui, todo calm. And now your 45 seconds start. No.
Okay. I think it's better to have a job that one loves. I feel this way for two reasons. The first reason is that when you do something that you love, you do better. So therefore, in this way, one can do this kind of a job much better than doing only for money. The second reason is that when you do a job with love, the results are more accurate. So and thereby the sorry, I think
No, go ahead. Finish your idea, please.
thereby you can give this kind of love to others.
All right. And a ver, con esos, that last phrase, yo creo que te pasabas unos 2 segundos. So it's really not much. De todos modos. Time management, I think, was okay. You introduced your idea well. You gave us your two arguments. Both were very good arguments, very well structured. And yeah, I think un poco is that you felt a little nervous because you kind of un ratito te trabaste en algunos momentos. I think that was the most important bit. And it always, siempre aparecen los nervios. They always show up, especially because of the time. Ay, yes. Hi, Carolina. Okay, so te decía, to beat the nerves, sometimes during the answer, it's best to, bueno, I think it's better to give yourself 2 seconds, así un segundo, to say, excuse me, I'm a little nervous. Respiras, and you continue.
Okay, yes, I think
that's it. It's better to acknowledge, I think, that you're nervous, because da a entender que no es que you're unprepared, es que you're nervous. So, eso, when you feel a little nervous. And el conector que de conclusión que pusiste al final sería therefore, not thereby. Okay?
Yes, that's because I use a lot of so my teacher yesterday, Paola, told me that it's better don't use words like so and because.
Like I said, vocabulary really enriches your speaking. You can, se siente un poco más de nivel, más natural when you throw in words that are a little more complex, like therefore y demás. But it's also cosa de precisar muy bien esos conectores, because when you use them a little bit out of place, it sounds a little off. So eso, I really recommend Googling lists de conectores and not only seeing them, but also like seeing exactamente en qué ejemplos encajan, dónde usarlos mejor. So eso en general. Y yeah, eso. Hi, Carolina. Thank you.
Good afternoon, me. Sorry for the delay. Those days I was with a lot of homeworks and I couldn't be present in some of your classes. I'm sorry.
No, don't worry. I know it's probably finals in Universidad, so you must be super stressed. But yeah, today we're doing práctica del speaking, independent speaking, the one that's just a simple, small question, and you have to give your answer. So eso, ya no voy a ver la estructura con su teacher, así que vamos a ver algunos más de estos. Bueno, after they give you the prompt, you have 15 seconds to prepare your response and 45 seconds to speak. So, Carolina, can you please read, well, te leo la instrucción y me lees el statement. Do you agree or disagree with the following statements? Why or why not? Use details and examples to support your answer. Ahora sí, please, puedes leerlo.
You will now be asked to give your opinion about familiar topics.
Solo esto, directamente.
Okay. For learning job skills, workplace training is better than a university education.
Okay, so that's the statement you have to say if you agree or disagree. 15 segundos para preparar, starting now. Las dos, porque los voy a llamar a los dos. Pero ahí está. Vayan preparando. Okay, those are your 15 seconds. Carolina, are you ready? Do you feel ready to give your answer?
Okay, Miss.
All right, your
Eh,
45 seconds, but start now.
Well, I don't agree with that statement because I think that in the university you can learn about a lot of job skills, even you are not in a workplace training. I think with practice uh, you can achieve those kind of skills. I think it's better go to the university. Uh, I don't know.
You have 5 seconds left, pero bueno, lo vamos a dejar ahí. Okay. Did you kind of use the structure that they gave you, or did you just al instinto?
It was just the instinct because
Just
I was
instinct.
trying to open the document, but
Mhm.
it was slow, so I couldn't.
Okay, don't worry. But lo que le decía Fabiola, these structures, like they're not a formula así como que tienes que hacerlo sí o sí en esta estructura. Si te sales un poco, it's totally fine. The point is to show your level of English, right? And you don't need to follow structure to do that. But como solo tienes 15 segundos, ayuda un montón para organizar las ideas, esta estructurita, which is you introduce your main statements, como que yes, I agree, or no, I don't agree, which is what they ask most of the time. And then there you can usually give 2 reasons why. So I agree, I don't agree for the following reasons. For reason A, da, 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 reason B, da, 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 conclusión, listo. But you can play around with that as well. No, you have to kind of learn to see cuánto va a ser tu tiempo. If you guys have TikTok or si hacen reels en Instagram, pónganse a jugar. Honestly, like pretend you're doing an interview, pretend you're teaching a subject that you really like. Como tiene tiempo limitado de solo puedes hablar 45 segundos o solo puedes hablar un minuto, creo que es en TikTok. You learn to learn, o bueno, tener reconocimiento de tiempo, so you can kind of measure cuánto vas a decir en este tiempo. So eso, and regarding the structure, ponte, igual le decía Fabiola, if you had given just one reason or stated this this opinion and then given maybe examples from your experience, like, oh, in university I learned this, and when I started working I didn't learn anything, o cualquier ejemplo, sí puede ser también como que dar tu postura y luego 2 ejemplos de eso, de tu experiencia. That could have also worked. So it's a little bit, sí, tener la estructura, but not totally depend on it. Okay?
Okay, thank you, Miss.
All right. Fabiola, did you have an answer for this one? Wanna?
Yes.
Yeah. Te pongo tus 45 segundos and they start now.
I am agreeing with the statement that for learning job skills, a workplace training is better. I feel this way for 2 reasons. The first reason is that there are aspects that one can only learn at the moment in the job. For instance, when I start to work, I have to learn new things that I never saw in the university. The second reason is that normally in jobs one have other kind of policies. So therefore, one can have to learn this kind of new policies to do their job.
And yes. Good. Wonderful manejo de tiempo. And your arguments were very clear, very solid. And yeah, more or less, eso, ¿no? Cómo ayuda la estructura a really clear your ideas and lets you say everything you need to say. Dos cositas en grammar, una en vocabulario. It's policies. You were right the first time. Policies es como que políticas en el trabajo. Luego en grammar, dos cositas. El verb tenses, cuida tus verb tenses. Si estás hablando en pasado about your experiences, you would have, you'd have to say had, porque has dicho I have to do, en tú estás contando en el pasado, so I had to do this. Y eso. Luego, algo que he visto que es súper común, que todo el mundo hace, es el I am agree. In Spanish, it is estoy de acuerdo, right? But in English, it's just the verb. I agree. So eso. And eso. Any questions from either of you? ¿Todo claro? All right. So we're going to go ahead and see the next one. Mientras carga esta página, aprovecho para decirles, you guys are both in Bolivia, right? I think you guys are both in Cochabamba incluso. Your last class is this Friday, but this Friday is el 6 de agosto. So I don't know if you guys would prefer to have your last class on Monday or have that class on Friday y bueno, ya acabaría el curso y ahí lo dejan. ¿Qué prefieren? ¿Prefieren pasar la clase el viernes feriado o directamente el lunes?
I prefer Monday.
Okay. Fabiola, what do you think?
Yes, for me it's fine. I have no problem.
Monday or Friday?
Monday, sorry.
Ya, entonces les voy a anotar para el lunes. Igual solo vienen ustedes. So. All right. Vamos a seguir con el siguiente. Do you agree or disagree with the following statement? Why or why not? Use details and examples to support your answer. The statement is, can you read, please, Fabiola, the statement? Okay.
Okay. Listening to music while studying is a bad idea because it makes the time spent less effective.
Okay, so you have 15 minutes to prepare your response. Starting now. Okay, Carolina, we're gonna go with you first. Is your response ready?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Well,
Empezando ahora.
I disagree with that idea. I feel this way, first of all, for one reason. I think it's a good idea to listen music while you are studying because in my personal experience, my ideas develop more clearly when I'm listening music while I'm studying. I think it's a good exercise for your mind, and I think it helps you to do some things at the same time.
Okay. A ver, I think you started off really strong. I like overall that you have a lot of confidence when you're speaking. No, like even if you stumble along the way, you keep going. Y es como que I'm sure of what I'm saying. Y eso se siente bastante en tu cuando empezaste. And you also have strong arguments. No, I also agree that listening to music while you study is wonderful, and the arguments you present are de tu ejemplo, de tu experiencia. So I think the content overall is good. Un cacho sí, por eso the structure helps. Along the way, I kind of felt se te iban un poco las ideas, and you were like, So that's, para esas cosas ayuda el structure. But other than that, I think you have really solid arguments, and it shows that you can manage the language well. Maybe un ejemplo más preciso si te atascas and you don't know what else to say, you can say, oh, for example, when I'm studying my law texts, no sé, tus textos de derecho, I listen to Vivaldi. I don't know. Pero algo de tu experiencia real, right?
Okay,
Eso.
thank you, Miss.
Okay, Fabiola, let's go with you. Your 45 seconds. Start now.
I disagree with the idea that listen to music while studying is a bad idea. I feel this way for two reasons. The first reason is that listening music actually improves the development of learning. For instance, I study and I work while I listen to music, and I noticed that the results of that is very good. The second reason is that it don't influence the loss of time while one is listening music, since listening music where you can do some other kind of things while you are listening music. Sorry, teacher.
Igual, you could tell the argument, or well, the structure was a little clearer, so you can you managed to put more ideas into the time you had, ¿no? Cuando hay más estructura, te permite tener más de tus ideas o más claramente todo lo que quieres decir. And I could tell that with your response. So good overall, good vocabulary as well. Really, guys, así en serio, el vocabulario hace toda la diferencia. A small little thing I noticed in both of you is it was las preposiciones and listening to music. No siempre que tiene que ir un to ahí al medio. Cuando es escuchar música, it's listening to music. I think those are the most, cuando queremos que un idioma suene natural, o al menos en inglés, esas dos cositas son las que realmente hacen toda la diferencia. The connectors you use to lace your ideas together, and prepositions, little details like that in grammar. Las preposiciones igual son medio un dolor de cabeza, but they kind of give away how much you know a language. So I would say really ponerle mucho énfasis en esas cositas. Yeah, so like I said, you have to look for un poco más por su cuenta, no? Reading or listening to podcasts or whatever you like to listen to in English, para que se acostumbren a esas cositas, ¿no? A los conectores, para que suene más natural. Porque sí, cuando ya caes mucho en la fórmula también, it can sound a little bit too como que estás leyendo de una fórmula. So to make it more fluid, more natural, you can say, I don't know, I disagree with the statements because in my case, I listen to music all the time. I couldn't live if I don't have music on. I listen to music when ya te pones a dar ejemplos, tiene cierta estructura, pero suena mucho más natural, ¿no? Como si estuvieras charlando con alguien que te pregunta. Okay, and this one, it's also about music. Can you read the question, please, Carolina?
Okay. Many people prefer watching music videos on television or the internet rather than listen to the songs on their own. Which way of experiencing music do you think it's preferable and why?
All right, and you guys have 15 seconds to prepare, starting now. Okay, who wants to go first? You're gonna do it anyway. Las van a hacer las dos, así que más vale que alguna se sacrifique primero.
Teacher, I have a little question. When they say the listening music to the songs of their own is like with headphones.
It means just the song without the music video. Some people, you know, like
Okay.
ven el video y la canción, but this is just a song. So eso. Who wants to answer?
I can answer.
Okay. So
Okay.
vamos a empezar contigo, Carolina. Your 45 seconds start now.
Well, I think it is better to listen the song by their own. I feel this way because I think when you put a video with the song, I think it's slow, could be the internet is slower and you can enjoy the music. To be more specific, in my personal experience, I listen the music for Spotify. It's an app in which you can listen music without see the video, and it's also faster than watching the television, and you can enjoy better.
Okay. And you have 5 seconds left. So vamos a parar ahí. Overall, like very natural response. No, I feel this is what you would answer if a friend asks you this. No, no regular conversation. So it feels super fluid. It feels super natural. Your ideas were clear. The arguments were clear. No necesariamente seguía la estructura que les han dado, but it was very well understood. Solo un poco por el tiempo, I would have added on like a little conclusion, una ideita que lo cierre. And other than that, I think it was a perfect response. Good.
Thank you, Miss.
Ahora, Fabiola, vamos contigo. Your 45 seconds to answer start now.
I think it's better to listen music on their own. I feel this way for two reasons. The first reason is that one can enjoy better the music since one just focus to listen the music at the signify of what that music wants to mean. The second reason is that in my experience, I have don't really time to watch the videos on television, so I prefer to listen the music on my own. For instance, I spend a lot of time in my work, so I prefer to listen music by my telephone, my cellular phone.
All right, good. A ver, in this case, I feel you had your structure, but a little igual que la anterior vez, you kind of got stuck on the first example, or on the first reason, a little too long.
Yeah.
So es cosa really, esto es cuestión de práctica, guys. It's really, there's no other way around it. Por eso les digo, kind of practicing like you're making a TikTok or like you're haciendo, o sea, sino ponerte tu temporizador y hablar por 45 segundos. Eso les va a ayudar a tener una idea de cuánto puedo decir en este tiempo. La introducción debería ser unos 5 segundos, así que solo lo voy a hacer ta, 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 ta. Primer punto unos 10 segundos, así que ta, 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 ta. And eso, it's really just practice, guys, para ver el tiempo. But other than that, I think both arguments were clear, both were well understood. I felt you were a little nervous, pero other than that, good response. I liked it.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Okay, and that was the last one for today. We're gonna leave it there. Pero bueno, eso sería entonces seguir viendo este tipo de task, the independent task, el lunes, ¿verdad? Because Friday es feriado. All right, you guys, so les voy a decir el resto del curso igual, que nos vemos el lunes, and we're gonna leave it there. Do you guys have any questions or comments or tips you want to ask for this part?
Maybe tips. What happened like if you forgot or don't have time to write the second idea, and you have like 50 minutes to for finish. So what can we do in that case?
I think it's a matter of at the time in esos 15 segundos that you're planning out your idea, solo anotarlo en puntos. It's para las partes de speaking, el secreto está en los apuntes, I think. yeah, just very quickly, o hacer mapitas conceptuales, ¿no? Como que esta es mi idea principal, incluso con dibujitos. Puede ser como que aquí dibujas una notita musical o cualquier forma que en esos 15 segundos tú entiendas cuál va a ser tu estructura.
Okay.
So you can encontrar tus propios trucos, ¿no? Tus propios trucos de cómo tú sabes anotar las cosas, de cómo tú entiendes tus apuntes. So it's eso.
Okay, teacher.
Anything else? No other questions?
No.
Okay, so we're gonna leave it there, guys. Les mando su encuestita. Y les mando, voy a sacar foto de... Hold on, no mandé la encuesta. Ahora sí. Y bueno, chicas, ya saben, llenen la encuesta y pueden ya salirse de la reunión. So I hope you have a nice rest of your evening and rest of your week as well, and a good holiday este viernes.
Thank you.
Thank you,
too.
Miss. Same to you. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.